Hi, welcome to Beijing Minute with the top stories around China. My name is Brian Michael Gallen. This week, the Chinese government has rejected the results of an arbitral tribunal on the South China Sea.
Chinese people will not accept the result, and all people around the world who uphold justice will not accept the result. China's non-acceptance and non-participation is to safeguard international rule of law and regional rules. Now the farce is over. It's time to get back to the right track. China has taken note of the signals from the Philippine government that is willing to resume discussion with China over the South China Sea issue.
In other news, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang arrived in Mongolia for the 11th Asia-Europe meeting. Cooperation deals covering trade, infrastructure, finance and energy, as well as climate change and media exchanges, were signed during the trip. Li also met with Mongolia's new prime minister. Also, the Chinese government has opposed the deployment of the THAAD missile defense system in South Korea. Residents from South Korea have rallied against the deployment of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, THAAD for short. South Korea's defense ministry announced its agreement with the United States on Wednesday to deploy the THAAD in order to mitigate the risk of a potential ballistic missile strike from North Korea. The Chinese government, however, is against the deployment since the THAAD's radar system range reaches into Chinese territory.
The deployment of the THAAD in the Republic of Korea by the United States and the ROK has severely undermined the strategic balance in the region and the strategic and security interests of the countries in the region, including China. This runs counter to the efforts to maintain peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula. We have already said that we firmly oppose the deployment of the THAAD in the ROK by the US and the ROK.
Well, thank you for watching this week's edition of Beijing Minute. Please feel free to leave us any questions or comments that you'd like for us to answer in the next video. Thank you very much.